welcome to the Right Opinion podcast. This is the very first episode. My name is Tiana, or Tiana, because my name is supposed to have a J in it, hence my handle name, at Tiana with a J. I started this podcast because I want to hear all about what writers have to say. I myself am a writer and an aspiring author. I have one manuscript that's already completed, another one that's almost completed, and ideas for many other projects that are in various stages of planning and being written. But I'm somebody who's been traveling and writing for the last year and a bit, and I've noticed a few things during my travels and even paying attention to the world around us. And I've come to realize that the opinion of writers tends to be one that is not really taken into account very often. And what I mean is, for example, if there's something going on in the world, we'll hear about it from celebrities, we'll hear about it from athletes, obviously people that are on the news, and we'll get an opinion from everyone. You know, if some famous celebrity is on Fox News giving their opinion on a topic that they know nothing about, nobody really bats an eye. But I find it interesting that no one really seems to ask writers what they think. And we're a group of people who frequently write our stories in response to certain issues. Even if it's a fictional world, we take real life elements and craft a story around it. And I would think that people that, are able to research real life situations, that are able to, do in-depth research on a topic in order to apply it to their story, in order to become almost experts in certain topics, that we would care more about the opinions of that group of people. But nobody really seems to give much stock to what we writers have to say, and so I'd like to change that. I want to share my own personal experiences and thoughts about the world and how I approach things as a writer, but I also want to hear from other writers. So there will be guests on this podcast, and I want to discuss not only the projects and the books that those authors and writers are working on, but I also want to hear your opinion. I want to hear, why are you writing what you write? What inspired that? If you live in a certain country and there's a big event going on, a war, an election, something, what are your thoughts on it? And so that is really the main goal with this podcast, is I want to give writers a platform to really showcase how we think about the world, how we interact with it, and how we take that and write our stories. So, my very first opinion that I'm going to share with you is that I actually kind of hate social media, and I kind of hate the fact that I have to brand myself in order to make myself, more appealing to publishing houses or agents, or just in general in today's world. I mean, it's not a new concept, but I am kind of paranoid about privacy, and so the fact that I, with participating in social media, actively showing your face, talking, you are feeding the big tech machine, you are feeding the big government information machine, and I don't really like that, and by not really, I don't like it at all. But I do like to talk to people, I do like to hear their stories, and so that is going to be the bigger focus with this podcast, is really just having interesting conversations and sharing a little bit about myself. Personally, I would love to just pull a J.D. Salinger where I write, a classic cult novel and then disappear for 50 years, and then, people are vying for the opportunity to take my photo, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm settling on YouTube and Instagram, but I think it'll be okay. Now, like the writing craft, everything is a little bit chaotic here in my life. I move around a lot, I travel frequently. Even this is all going to change hopefully in a few months because I'm getting my entire apartment renovated, so there'll hopefully be an artist's studio in the making. But I just want to embark on this literary journey and see what writers out there have to say. And so I'm very excited to hear from all sorts of writers from all over and to just hear your stories. And so tune in for more episodes. There will be guests, there will be more solo episodes, and I want you all to comment below on every episode your thoughts, your opinions, what sorts of topics would you like to hear about. And if you're interested in being on the podcast, I'm going to have a Google Doc in the description, and you can fill it out. And then I will get back to you and we can figure something out. And so if you're somebody who's already published, or if you're a writer who's in the process of wanting to be published, or really anything, I'm definitely interested in hearing from you. So I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.